Hello and welcome back to my channel, Sammy's Witchcrafts. Well, I hope everybody's well. Hope the weather's been kind to you. We're in Scotland on Lewis and Harris at the moment, so it's beautiful here and the wildlife is amazing. What crafts are we going to do today? Well, I thought I would do a little bit of stone painting with my special pens that I've got. We went for a walk the other day, and as we were walking along, or I was sitting actually, I was looking around and I see a couple of stones and I was like, oh, I like those. They'll make a nice video to do the painting that I've got, which are these beautiful pens here. So I've just drawn a little flower that I thought I could use this stone to draw on. So I've given it a little bit of a wash just to get the salt all off of it. And so I'm going to pencil on a little design. I think I'm going to do, I don't know if you can see it, I've drawn a pencil drawing there, but I'll show that when I come to show the video. So what I'm going to do is, as I always say, I'm going to go and set up and I'll show you how to use these beautiful pens. I'll see you in a minute. So making sure your stone is all nice and clean, no mud on there or sand or salt. Just make sure that it's dried out completely before you draw on your stone. So what I'm going to do is, I don't know if you can see it because I've only done it in pencil on here, is I'm going to draw this flower, not as big, onto my stone, hoping that I can actually still see it because it's grey stone, grey pencil. So I'm just going to I can just about see it. So I'm just going to draw this daisy type flower onto the stone. Yeah, I can just about see it. And I think the other one goes there. I just have a quick look, get it in the light properly. Yeah, I can see it. All freehand. You mostly can't see this on screen, but I can, if I tilt it, I can just about see it. So these pens that I've got, I'm going to use a yellow, an orange, a green, dark green, and a black. So this is the make of pen. But the thing with it, actually, I'm not going to use the, I'll still use the yellow for some bits, but I think I'll use white for the petals, I think, not the yellow. Now, when using these pens, as you can see here, it's not mixed, so you have to give them a really good shake. And hopefully all working. And what you have to do with it is give that one a shake. Now this one you can hear you can hear it mixing with that green one. It's not making a noise, so maybe I'll have to use a different green pen. So you give them a shake, then you press them down, and then the paint then comes out. So I'm going to just go and get all these ready. Let's see how this green one is. See, I've not even used this one yet, so there it goes, it comes through. So that's come out okay. Right, let's draw this flower on this stone. So I'm going to use the white first, and I'm going to actually, no, I'm not going to use the white first. I'm going to use the orange first. So I'm going to draw my circle on my stone, but going quite slowly because it does come out quite quick. So I've done the edge of that orange, but I want to do the middle bit. Right, for some reason this yellow doesn't want to work at the moment, so luckily I've got another set in now. So let's move my piece of paper, and now I'm going to colour in my middle bit of my flower. It's not going to be nice and smooth on the edges because the stone is quite rough. So now I'm going to put my petals on. I can just about see where I'm drawing. Concentration. And they're all the same size, but that's what I like about freehand. You haven't got to use these pens. You can use normal paints, but I see these being used ages ago, and I was like, oh, I really like those, and I just love pens. So now I'm going to just colour all these petals in. Try not to rub the pen over like backwards and forwards too much, because I don't want to damage the nib of the pen. So I'm just going slowly. I'm just dabbing it as I'm going along. And if it dries a little bit light, I'll just go over them again. So I reckon a little bit of a time lapse here while I colour these in. Oh, it's pretty. I will have to go over some of this again because where it's drying out. But I'm not too keen with that yellow bit, that orange bit in the middle, so I'm going to go around in it with black pen anyway, so I don't know. I don't know. I see how I feel when it comes to drawing around the edge. Right, let's get a green pen now. I just wanted to just demonstrate what these pens are like. So I'll just draw my leaf. So much concentration, but I mean, I just love colouring and drawing. I always have done. I used to sit with my children and sit for hours colouring. But yeah, they work really well on these stones. And when they dry, they seem to dry quite bright. But in the past, when I've used other stones, I've always tried to get a stone that's quite smooth. This one's quite rough, so I'm having to work a little bit extra careful. So let's just let that dry for a little while, and then I can just add a black outline and then maybe put some detail around the edge. But I'm just letting that dry because it's a little bit wet at the moment, and I don't want to put the black and then start smudging all the paint that I've done on there. But so far, but I love stone painting. I like doing the mandala, where you do the dots. But this stone here that I got, this is really nice and smooth. It's a lot smoother than the one I'm using, but I still think it's a little bit wet, so I'm going to just go and let that dry, and then I'll finish off with the black edging. Right, so I put this in front of the little heater that we've got in the van, and it's dried it out nicely. I don't think I need to add any more colour because I quite like that. So now, fingers crossed, I'm not going to ruin it now by outlining it with the black. So the colours that I said at the beginning that I was going to use, I didn't use them all in the end. I only used one green. I thought I might have to use a darker green to do the bits in the middle, but I think I'm just going to stick with the black. So I've shaken my pen, and always remember with these pens and any other pen that you have to do this with, keep the lid on, as it can get you in the face or the rest of the table or the furnishing. I've pressed it down and just make sure it's gonna, yeah, here we go. So I'm going to start in the middle and I'm going to work round the edge. Now, like I said, it's not going to work out very smooth round the edge because the stone is quite rough. Just going slowly. go, up the middle. Now I could have just left it without the black edging, but I just want to demonstrate the pens. Now I've bought these pens, I'm not sponsored in any way, but I will put a link in my description if anybody wants to know what the pens are that I'm using. Now, what do I do? Do I go round the orange or do I go over the orange? Right, I think I'm going to try and go so the orange is just showing a little bit, even though I've just gone right over the top of that side. Oh, it's so... It's all part of the fun. I'm enjoying myself. Let's just outline that green. Go around the leaves. But this is great for kids, even if it's like a little paintbrush or Sharpies. I think Sharpies might work. Let me know if you do give it a go with Sharpies and if it does work. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a little bit of Zen drawing with like a little couple of dots in the leaves. No, they're not leaves, are they? They're petals. Yeah, it's coming out all right. I think that looks quite sweet. I'm going to just literally put a little line in the middle there. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my yellow pen. I might just give it another little go in the middle there, just to brighten that centre up. And then I'm going to just put my name. Sam. Oh, that's quite sweet. And then when I get home, which will be quite a while yet, is I'm then going to I'll do another video in the varnish that I use to seal in the little pattern or the flower that I've drawn on now. But I really like that. Another thing that I've done, I'll leave that there, is I've got a stone like this, and then I've painted it completely red, and then I've painted the front bit black, and then put a line in, and then put a few black dots. And I used to make ladybirds, and I used to make loads of them, and then I used to put them around little plant pots or in little top of plant pots. You can do like little bees. So that's something else that you can do with a youngster. I mean, I could sit and colour this all in, but I enjoy using the paints for that. You just completely paint it all over with your red. Do the red first, and then go over with black, and then you can put a couple of white eyes on. You can even get them sticky googly eyes, and they look quite good. But yeah, so that is using these pens to do some stone drawings. How cute does that look? It's so much fun to do once your pens are all working. A couple of them, I'm going to have to sit and give them a real shake and sit and dab them out, I think. But I'm really pleased with that. I think that looks quite sweet. So you can draw whatever you want on there. I've done ones with a little character, like a little, I can't remember what they were called. They used to be like an outline, black outline with like a triangle body with little stick arms and that. And they were good to draw. But you just draw on a piece of paper first, like I did. Tested all my pens out, the ones that were working and the ones that weren't. And then just sit and make a little design. Now, sometimes if you're out and about, some parks and that have got places where you can do these little stones in like little fairy gardens and things like that. And people put their date on the back and their name, which I think I'm going to put the date on the back of that. And I'll try and find somewhere. I'll hide it in the van and see if JP can find it. But that's stone painting with these pens. I'll put all the links in the description below in what ones they are. I mean, I've got loads of them. I think I've got a couple of different packs actually. Like the same make, but I think they're just different. And I haven't used them all yet. There's so many colours here. I mean, look at that bright pink one. How amazing is that? Nice blue one. I've got a couple of bright ones in there. Because some, I don't know what the differences are. I don't know if they are different, but you'll get some that are like this, where they're sort of, you can see the paint. And then there's another set that I've got so all you can tell the colour is by the lid. But they're water base. It's paint marker pen. Extra fine point. Multi-surface quick drying. So you shake well with a cap on. You have to press your nib of your pen to prime the nib. And then off you go. I've got paint all over my fingers. But then, like I said, there is a varnish that you can coat the top of these, so I don't know if they do wash off. I haven't tried that. But anyway, it was only a very quick video. Just something I've been wanting to do for ages and ages and ages. These pens keep rolling off my table, so they're going in the bag. Anyway, if you haven't already, please subscribe, give a thumbs up, and like I always say, make that comment. I love reading them. I say that every time. So Sammy, which crafts are we going to do next? You'll have to wait and see. Anyway, you take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Oh, if you do decide to paint a stone, you haven't got to use those pens, but if you do decide to paint a stone, or you get children to paint the stone, or whoever, your grandparents or anybody, and you want me to show it on my video, send me an email and I'll put it on my next video with your name along the bottom, showing what you've made. So I'm going to put my stone down now. I'm going to go and hide it. You take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.